The entire history of Korea in 15 minutes. Let me take you on a journey to ancient Korea, where the mountains whisper secrets of empires rising and falling like the tides of time, and the very soul of this beautiful peninsula was forged. In the mists of time, there existed a legend so ancient that even the stones of the earth seem to tremble in its presence. It is the tale of Gojoseon, a kingdom said to have been founded around 2333 BCE by the mighty king Dangun. Born of the heavens and the earth, this kingdom laid the foundation for the rich tapestry of Korean history. Fast forward to a time of great tumult and strife, where the land was divided among three powerful kingdoms, Goguryeo, Baekje, and Silla. For centuries, these kingdoms clashed and vied for dominance, their warriors painting the fields with the hues of battle and bravery. But amidst the chaos, a prophecy emerged, foretelling of a kingdom that would rise above all others to unite the land. And so the stage was set for the epic saga of the Three Kingdoms period, a tale of alliances forged in blood and betrayal, of heroes and villains, and of dreams that transcended the boundaries of time. Goguryeo stood tall in the north, its warriors fierce and indomitable. Founded in 37 BCE, it reached its zenith under the reign of King Gwanggaeto the Great, expanding its territory across much of Manchuria and Korea. Baekje flourished in the west, its culture and commerce spreading like wildfire. Established in 18 BCE, Baekje became a beacon of civilization, fostering advancements in art, architecture, and technology. And in the southeast, Silla, the underdog, bided its time, waiting for its moment to shine. Founded in 57 BCE, Silla started as a small state, but gradually grew in power, thanks to its strategic alliances and skilled diplomacy. But it was Silla that would ultimately emerge victorious, its armies led by the legendary general Kim Yu-sin, who forged an alliance with the Tang Dynasty of China. In 668 CE, Silla achieved the impossible, uniting the peninsula under its rule and ushering in an era of peace and prosperity. This unification, known as the Silla-Tang Alliance, not only secured Silla's dominance, but also laid the foundation for the golden age of Korean history, known as the Unified Silla period. Yet, as history often dictates, peace is but a fleeting illusion in the grand tapestry of time. Enter the Goryeo Dynasty, a period of great cultural and artistic flourishing, where the echoes of ancient legends mingled with the songs of poets and scholars. But this golden age was not without its trials, for the Mongol hordes descended upon the land like a tempest, their armies laying waste to all in their path. For nearly 3 decades, from around 1231 to 1259, Korea endured the horrors of Mongol invasions, its people standing resilient against the tide of tyranny. And when the dust finally settled, it was the indomitable spirit of the Korean people that emerged victorious, their culture and identity stronger than ever before. Founded in 1392 by the visionary leader Yi Seong-ga, who ascended to the throne as King Taizhou, the Joseon Dynasty marked a new chapter in Korean history. With its capital established in Hanyang, modern-day Seoul, the dynasty set out to create a society guided by Confucian principles, where virtue and righteousness reigned supreme. Yet the golden age of Joseon was not without its trials and tribulations. In the late 16th century, the kingdom faced its greatest challenge, yet as the forces of Japan, under the leadership of the notorious warlord Toyotomi Hideyoshi, launched a series of brutal invasions. From 1592 to 1598, the Korean peninsula became a battleground, its fields soaked in the blood of countless warriors who fought bravely to defend their homeland. But just as the Korean people began to rebuild their shattered lives, another threat loomed on the horizon. In the early 17th century, the Qing dynasty of China, seeking to expand its influence, launched two devastating invasions of Joseon in 1627 and 1636. The Joseon Dynasty, though weakened by internal strife and external pressures, stood firm against the onslaught, its people rallying behind their leaders to defend their way of life. In the aftermath of these conflicts, Joseon turned inward, embracing isolationist policies that sought to shield the kingdom from further external threats. While this period of seclusion brought moments of peace and stability, it also stifled innovation and progress, leaving Joseon vulnerable to the winds of change that swept across the globe in the 19th century. As the world around them marched forward into the dawn of a new era, the Joseon Dynasty found itself struggling to adapt to the changing times. The once great kingdom began to falter under the weight of its own conservatism, its leaders clinging desperately to the vestiges of a bygone era. As we journey onward through the corridors of time, we find ourselves in the turbulent waters of modern Korea, a period marked by great upheaval and transformation. In 1876, the Treaty of Ganghwa shattered the walls of Korean isolationism, opening the doors to foreign trade and ushering in an era of unprecedented change. The once cloistered kingdom found itself thrust into the currents of global commerce, its shores teeming with merchants and traders from distant lands. But with this newfound prosperity came a dark shadow that loomed ominously on the horizon. In 1894, the Sino-Japanese War erupted, pitting the fading Qing dynasty of China against the rising sun of Japan. For Korea, caught in the crossfire of empires, the war marked the end of its tributary relationship with China, plunging the kingdom into a maelstrom of political intrigue and uncertainty. Yet, the fires of conflict had barely been extinguished when another storm gathered on the horizon. In 1904, the Russo-Japanese War erupted, a clash of titans that would reshape the geopolitical landscape of East Asia. As Japan emerged victorious from the fray, its influence over Korea grew ever stronger, casting a long shadow over the fate of the beleaguered kingdom. And so, in 1910, the final chapter of Korea's independence was written with the stroke of a pen. The annexation of Korea by Japan marked the end of an era, as the once proud kingdom was swallowed whole by the rising sun of Japanese imperialism. For the Korean people, it was a dark and bitter pill to swallow, as their homeland was stripped of its sovereignty and subjugated to the whims of a foreign power. From 1910 to 1945, Korea endured the dark shadow of Japanese colonial rule, a period of oppression and exploitation that left scars on the land and the hearts of its people. Under Japanese occupation, Korea was subjected to harsh policies aimed at erasing its culture and identity, with the Korean language banned and its rich cultural heritage suppressed. Syngman Rhee, a prominent Korean independence activist, dedicated his life to the cause of liberation. His tireless efforts to rally support both at home and abroad laid the groundwork for the establishment of a free and sovereign Korea. In later years, Rhee would go on to become the first president of South Korea, guiding the nation through its formative years with wisdom and resolve. Alongside Rhee stood Kim Gu, another stalwart of the Korean independence movement. A visionary leader and passionate advocate for freedom, Kim Gu played a significant role in organizing resistance efforts against Japanese rule. His unwavering commitment to the cause inspired countless others to join the fight, turning the tide of history in Korea's favor. And then there was Ahn Changho, a nationalist, activist, and organizer whose fiery rhetoric and bold actions galvanized the Korean people to rise up against their oppressors. From organizing underground resistance networks to spearheading diplomatic efforts on the international stage, Ahn Changho left an indelible mark on the struggle for independence, his legacy serving as a testament to the power of courage and conviction. In the aftermath of World War II, the once united Korea found itself torn asunder by the machinations of global powers. In 1945, with the defeat of Japan, the peninsula was divided along the 38th parallel, with the Soviet Union occupying the north and the United States occupying the south. This division, intended as a temporary measure, would soon become a permanent scar on the face of Korea. The seeds of conflict sown by division would soon blossom into full-fledged war. In 1950, North Korean forces, emboldened by the support of the Soviet Union and China, launched a surprise invasion of South Korea, plunging the peninsula into a bloody conflict that would rage for 3 long years. The Korean War, a brutal and devastating conflict, saw the Korean people torn apart by ideologies and allegiances, their land ravaged by the fires of war. Yet, amidst the chaos and carnage, moments of heroism and sacrifice emerged as ordinary men and women rose to the challenge, fighting bravely to defend their homes and families. And then, after 3 long years of bloodshed and suffering, came the dawn of hope. In 1953, weary of the endless cycle of violence, the warring factions agreed to an armistice agreement, bringing an end to the fighting. But alas, the scars of war run deep, and though the guns may fall silent, the wounds of the past continue to haunt the Korean peninsula to this very day. For despite the ceasefire, no peace treaty was ever signed, leaving the Korean people trapped in a state of perpetual uncertainty and division. North and South, brothers and sisters, separated by politics and ideology, continue to gaze across the demilitarized zone, longing for a day when the barriers that divide them will crumble and the dream of a united Korea will become a reality. As we approach the present day, we find ourselves in the midst of a tale of 2 Koreas, each with its own unique struggles and triumphs. In South Korea, the decades following the Korean War witnessed a remarkable transformation. Buoyed by the indomitable spirit of its people, the country embarked on a path of economic growth and development that would come to be known as the Miracle on the Han River, led by Park Chung-hee. Through sheer determination and hard work, South Korea rose from the ashes of war to become a global economic powerhouse, its cities bustling with the energy of progress and innovation. But this journey was not without its challenges. For many years, South Korea was ruled by authoritarian regimes that stifled dissent and curtailed freedom. It was not until the late 20th century that the voices of democracy began to ring out across the land, leading to the eventual democratization of the country and the establishment of a government by the people for the people. Meanwhile, in the north, a different story was unfolding. Under the iron grip of the Kim dynasty, North Korea became a bastion of isolationism and militarism, its leaders wielding power with an iron fist. As the rest of the world moved forward, North Korea remained trapped in a time capsule, its people cut off from the outside world, and its resources devoted to the pursuit of nuclear weapons. Despite the vast gulf that separates them, the 2 Koreas have not been immune to moments of rapprochement and reconciliation. Over the years, there have been efforts to bridge the divide and foster inter-Korean relations, leading to diplomatic breakthroughs and occasional moments of hope. Yet, these efforts have often been overshadowed by tensions and provocations, reminding the world of the deep-seated divisions that continue to plague the peninsula. And yet, amidst the geopolitical complexities and diplomatic maneuverings, both North and South Korea have made remarkable strides in the fields of economics, technology, and culture. From the towering skyscrapers of Seoul to the bustling streets of Pyongyang, the Korean people have proven time and time again their resilience and ingenuity, turning adversity into opportunity and shaping the course of history with their unwavering determination. And there you have it, the entire history of Korea in 15 minutes. For more content like this, please comment, like and subscribe for more Chrono Tales.